Almighty God, my refuge and strength. As Psalm 46 verse 1 declares, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. I stand in your presence today, lifting up this precious soul before your throne. I decree over you now that every storm of the enemy raging against your life is stilled. For the Lord is your unshakable shelter. No weapon of witchcraft, no scheme of darkness shall prevail for you, O Lord, are a very present help in this hour. Father, by the authority of Psalm 18 verse 2, the Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my God, my strength, in whom I will trust. I declare that you are the listener's impenetrable fortress. Every witchcraft curse fired against their destiny is broken now. Let the curses return to their senders, for your word stands as their shield and deliverance. Arise, O rock of ages, and scatter every hidden plot of the wicked. In the name of Jesus, I invoke Psalm 35 verse 1. Plead my cause, O Lord, with those who strive with me. Fight against those who fight against me. Lord, you see the unseen enemies lurking in the shadows, monitoring spirits and workers of iniquity. Rise up as their mighty advocate and warrior. Let every net they've hidden ensnare their own feet, as Psalm 35 verse 8 proclaims. Let destruction come upon him unexpectedly, and let his net that is hidden catch himself. Into that very destruction let him fall. O God, my strong tower, Psalm 61 verse 3 declares, for you have been a shelter for me, a strong tower from the enemy. I prophesy over you now that every demonic arrow launched against your mind, body, and spirit is shattered. You are hidden in the tower of God's might, untouchable by the forces of darkness. Let the archers of hell stumble and fall, for their weapons cannot pierce your divine protection. By the power of Psalm 91 verse 5, you should not be afraid of the terror by night, nor the arrow that flies by day. I decree divine immunity over your life. No terror of witchcraft, no arrow of affliction shall touch you. The Lord covers you with his feathers, as Psalm 91 verse 4 says, he shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you shall take refuge. Repeat after me. I am untouchable, for God's wings shield me. Father, according to Psalm 109 verses 17 to 18, as he loved cursing, so let it come to him. As he did not delight in blessing, so let it be far from him. As he clothed himself with cursing as with his garment, so let it enter his body like water and like oil into his bones. I break every witchcraft curse spoken against you. Let those who weave spells of harm drink their own poison. Their words are nullified, and your life is redeemed by the power of your righteous word. O Lord, you are consuming fire, as Psalm 97 verse 3 declares. A fire goes before him, and burns up his enemies round about. I release your holy fire now to incinerate every witchcraft stronghold erected against this listener. Let the altars of darkness crumble. Let the chains of oppression melt. For your fire goes before them as a blazing shield of victory. By the might of Psalm 121 verse 7, the Lord shall preserve you from all evil. He shall preserve your soul. I prophesy supernatural preservation over your spirit, soul, and body. No spell of sickness, no demonic affliction shall take root, for the Lord himself stands as your keeper. Every root of infirmity is uprooted now, and divine health springs forth in Jesus' name. O God of justice, Psalm 94 verse 23 says, he has brought on them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. The Lord our God shall cut them off. I declare that every monitoring spirit assigned to track your progress is blinded and destroyed. Their wickedness returns upon their own heads, and you walk free, preserved by the hand of the Almighty. Lord, as Psalm 41 verse 3 promises, the Lord will strengthen him on his bed of illness. You will sustain him on his sickbed. I speak healing over every area of your body under attack. Every spell of sickness is shattered. The Lord sustains you, lifts you up, and restores you to wholeness. Rise up now in strength, for your sickbed is transformed into a testimony of triumph. Father, by Psalm 35 verse 6, let their way be dark and slippery, with the angel of the Lord pursuing them. I command every unseen enemy plotting against you to stumble into confusion. Let the angel of the Lord chase them down, scattering their schemes. Your path, O listener, is lit by divine light, and no trap of the wicked shall prevail. I decree Psalm 91 verse 11 over you. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. Angels of God encamp around you now. They lift you above the snares of witchcraft, above the arrows of the enemy. You are carried in safety, for the Lord's heavenly host defends you night and day. O mighty deliverer, Psalm 18 verses 37 to 38 declares, I pursued my enemies and overtook them. Neither did I turn back again till they were destroyed. I prophesy that you overtake every force of darkness assigned against you. Pursue them with the authority of God's word, and watch them fall, for the Lord empowers you to crush every foe. By the power of Psalm 23 verse 5, you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runs over. I declare that even in the face of witchcraft attacks, you feast in victory. The Lord anoints you with fresh oil, your blessings overflow, and your enemies are silenced by your triumph. Lord, Psalm 64 verses 2 to 3 says, Hide me from the secret plots of the wicked, from the rebellion of the workers of iniquity, who sharpen their tongue like a sword. I command every demonic whisper, every spell spoken in secret, to be exposed and destroyed. You are hidden in God's secret place, and the tongues of the wicked are bound. Father, by Psalm 37 verse 15, their sword shall enter their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. I decree that every weapon forged by witchcraft turns back on its sender. Their swords pierce their own hearts. Their bows snap in two, and you stand untouched, shielded by the hand of the Lord. O God, my refuge. Psalm 91 verse 6 declares protection from the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor the destruction that lays waste at noonday. I prophesy over you now that no hidden pestilence, no spell of destruction shall overtake you. You dwell in the shadow of the Almighty, and darkness flees at his command. By the authority of Psalm 121 verse 8, the Lord shall preserve your going out and your coming in from this time forth, and even forevermore. I declare that every step you take is guarded. Your entrances and exits are sealed with divine preservation. Witchcraft cannot follow you, for the Lord is your eternal keeper. Lord, Psalm 35 verse 4 says, Let those be put to shame and brought to dishonor who seek after my life. Let those be turned back and brought confusion who devise my hurt. I command shame upon every worker of iniquity targeting you. Let confusion overtake their counsels, and let their plans collapse under your mighty hand. O God of breakthrough, Psalm 18 verse 29 declares, For by you I can run against a troop, by my God I can leap over a wall. I prophesy that you leap over every barrier erected by witchcraft. You charge through every troop of darkness, for the Lord empowers you with unstoppable strength. Father, by Psalm 91 verse 7, 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. I decree that no plague of the enemy touches you. Though witchcraft rages, though spells multiply, you stand in divine immunity, preserved by the blood and the word. Lord, Psalm 59 verse 1 says, Deliver me from my enemies, O my God. Defend me from those who rise up against me. I cry out for your deliverance over this listener. Defend them from every rising foe, every witchcraft assignment. You are their shield, and their enemies are cast down. By the power of Psalm 27 verse 5, From the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret place of his tabernacle he shall hide me. I declare that you are concealed from the enemy's sight. In every storm, God's pavilion covers you, and witchcraft cannot locate you. O Lord, Psalm 68 verse 1 declares, Let God arise, let his enemies be scattered. Let those also who hate him flee before him. Arise now, O God, scatter every witchcraft spirit, every demonic force arrayed against his soul. Let them flee in terror, for your presence consumes them. Father, by Psalm 41 verse 2, the Lord will preserve him and keep him alive, and he will be blessed on the earth. You will not deliver him to the will of his enemies. I prophesy life and blessing over you. You are kept alive by God's hand, and the will of your enemies is overruled. Lord, Psalm 31 verse 20 says, You shall hide them in the secret place of your presence from the plots of man. You shall keep them secretly in a pavilion from the strife of tongues. I decree that you are hidden from every plot, every strife-filled word of witchcraft. God's presence is your sanctuary. By the might of Psalm 18, verse 17, he delivered me from my strong enemy, from those who hated me, for they were too strong for me. I declare deliverance from every overpowering foe. The Lord rescues you from the grip of darkness, for he is stronger than all your adversaries. O God, Psalm 91, verse 10 says, no evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling. I prophesy that no evil penetrates your home, your life, your destiny. Every plague of witchcraft is repelled. For the Lord's protection surrounds you like a wall of fire. Father, by Psalm 35, verse 5, let them be like chaff before the wind, and let the angel of the Lord chase them. I command every witchcraft spirit to be driven out like chaff. The angel of the Lord pursues them, and you stand victorious in the wind of his spirit. Lord, Psalm 121, verse 3 declares, he will not allow your foot to be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. I decree stability over your life. No spell of instability, no curse of stumbling shall prevail, for the Lord who never sleeps watches over you. By the power of Psalm 23, verse 4. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. I prophesy fearlessness over you, even in the darkest valley. Witchcraft cannot intimidate you, for God's presence is your comfort. O God, Psalm 94, verse 22 says, but the Lord has been my defense, and my God the rock of my refuge. I declare that the Lord defends you against every accusation of the enemy. He is your rock, and every witchcraft assault crumbles against his might. Father, by Psalm 91, verse 3, surely he shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. I prophesy deliverance from every trap. The fowler's snare is broken, the pestilence of darkness is destroyed, and you walk free in God's light. Lord, Psalm 18, verse 48 declares, he delivers me from my enemies. You also lift me up above those who rise against me. You have delivered me from the violent man. I decree that you are lifted above every rising enemy. The Lord exalts you, and violence of witchcraft is crushed. By the authority of Psalm 121, verse 5, the Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. I prophesy that the Lord shades you from every fiery dart. His keeping power cools the heat of the enemy's rage, and you rest in his peace. O God, Psalm 35, verse 7 says, for without cause they have hidden their net for me in a pit, which they have dug without cause for my life. I command every pit dug by witchcraft to be filled with their own destruction. You are lifted out, and the wicked fall into their own traps. Father, by Psalm 91, verse 13, you shall tread upon the lion and the cobra, the young lion, and the serpent you shall trample underfoot. I declare that you trample every demonic force, lions of affliction, serpents of deceit. Under your feet they crumble, for God empowers your victory. Lord, Psalm 27, verse 1 declares, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? I prophesy boldness over you. Fear flees, for the Lord lights your path and strengthens your heart against all witchcraft. By the might of Psalm 18, verse 39, for you have armed me with strength for the battle. You have subdued under me those who rose against me. I decree that you are armed for war. The Lord subdues every rising foe, and you stand victorious in his strength. O God, Psalm 91, verse 2 says, I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in him I will trust. Repeat after me, the Lord is my refuge and fortress. Trust in him now, for no witchcraft can breach the walls of his protection around you. Father, by Psalm 35, verse 9, and my soul shall be joyful in the Lord. It shall rejoice in his salvation. I prophesy joy over you. Even amidst the battle, your soul rejoices, for the Lord's salvation breaks every chain of darkness and lifts you into his light. Lord, Psalm 121, verse 6 declares, the sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. I decree that no curse of day or night harms you. The Lord shields you from every spell, every arrow, and you walk in his perfect preservation. By the power of Psalm 18, verse 50. Great deliverance he gives to his king, and shows mercy to his anointed. I prophesy great deliverance over you. You are anointed by God. and his mercy delivers you from every witchcraft assault, establishing you in victory. O God. Psalm 64 verse 7 says, But God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly they shall be wounded. I declare that God's arrows strike every enemy plotting against you. Suddenly their plans fail, and you rise untouched by their schemes. Father, by Psalm 91 verse 15, he shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. I prophesy that your cries are heard. The Lord answers you, delivers you from trouble, and honors you before your foes. Lord, Psalm 35 verse 10 declares, All my bones shall say, Lord, who is like you, delivering the poor from him who is too strong for him. I decree that every bone in your body testifies to God's deliverance. No enemy is too strong, for the Lord rescues you completely. By the authority of Psalm 121 verse 4, Behold, he who keeps Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. I prophesy that the Lord's vigilance guards you day and night. His eyes are upon you, and no witchcraft scheme escapes his righteous judgment. O God, Psalm 18 verse 3 says, I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies. Call upon him now, for he is worthy. Your praise becomes a weapon, and salvation flows, driving back every force of darkness. Father, by Psalm 91 verse 9, because you have made the Lord, who is my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place. I declare that your dwelling God makes you untouchable. Witchcraft cannot invade the sanctuary of the Most High, and you abide in safety. Lord, Psalm 35 verse 3 declares, Draw out the spear and stop those who pursue me. Say to my soul, I am your salvation. I prophesy that the Lord's spear stops every pursuer. He declares to your soul, I am your salvation, and peace floods your being. By the might of Psalm 23 verse 6. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. I decree that goodness and mercy chase you down. Every curse is overturned. Every spell is broken, and God's favor pursues you relentlessly. O God, Psalm 94 verse 1 says, O Lord God, to whom vengeance belongs. O God, to whom vengeance belongs, shine forth. Shine forth now, O Lord. Let your vengeance strike every witchcraft power, and let your light deliver this listener into freedom. Father, by Psalm 91 verse 14, because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. I prophesy that your love for God triggers your deliverance. He sets you on high, above every attack, for you know his name. Lord, Psalm 18 verse 46 declares, The Lord lives. Blessed be my rock. Let the God of my salvation be exalted. I decree that the living God exalts you. Blessed be your rock, who saved you from every witchcraft snare and lifts you into his glory. By the power of Psalm 121 verses 1 to 2, I will lift up my eyes to the hills. From whence comes my help? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. I prophesy that your help arrives now. The Maker of all delivers you, and no force of darkness can stand. O God, Psalm 35 verse 8 declares, Let destruction come upon him unexpectedly, and let his net that he has hidden catch himself. I command unexpected destruction upon every witchcraft agent. Their nets entangle them, and you walk free, untouched by their evil. Father, by Psalm 91 verse 16, With long life I will satisfy him, and show him my salvation. I decree long life over you. Every spell of premature death is broken, and God satisfies you with his salvation, extending your days in victory. Lord, Psalm 18 verse 35 says, You have also given me the shield of your salvation. Your right hand has held me up. I prophesy that God's shield surrounds you. His right hand upholds you, and no witchcraft arrow pierces the salvation that guards your life. By the authority of Psalm 27 verse 6. And now my head shall be lifted up above my enemies all around me. I declare that your head is lifted high, above every enemy, above every curse. You rise in triumph, for the Lord exalts you in his presence. O God, Psalm 94 verse 16 asks, Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? I prophesy that the Lord himself rises for you. He stands against every evildoer, and witchcraft bows before his righteous wrath. Father, by Psalm 91, verse 1, he who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I decree that you abide in safety. The shadow of the Almighty covers you, and no spell, no curse can penetrate his secret place. Lord, Psalm 35, verse 19 says, let them not rejoice over me who are wrongfully my enemies, nor let them wink with the eye who hate me without a cause. I command every wrongful enemy to be silenced. Their rejoicing is turned to mourning, and you stand victorious. By the power of Psalm 121, verses 7 to 8, the Lord shall preserve you from all evil. He shall preserve your soul. The Lord shall preserve your going out and your coming in. I prophesy total preservation. Evil is repelled, your soul is kept, and your every move is guarded by God. O God, Psalm 18, verse 32 declares, it is God who arms me with strength and makes my way perfect. I decree that God arms you with strength. Your way is perfected, and every crooked path of witchcraft is straightened by his mighty hand. Father, by Psalm 91, verses 5 to 6, you shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that walks in darkness. I prophesy fearlessness and protection. Night and day, you are shielded from every terror and plague of the enemy. Lord, Psalm 35, verse 23 says, stir up yourself and awake to my vindication, to my cause, my God and my Lord. Stir yourself now, O God, awake to vindicate this listener, to champion their cause, and let every witchcraft accusation fall to the ground. By the might of Psalm 23, verse 1, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I decree that you lack nothing. The shepherd provides, protects, and prospers you, and every spell of lack or deprivation is broken in his name. O God, Psalm 94, verse 19 declares, in the multitude of my anxieties within me, your comforts delight my soul. I prophesy comfort over you. Amidst every anxiety sown by witchcraft, God's delights flood your soul, and peace reigns supreme. Father, by Psalm 91, verse 12, in their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. I decree that angels bear you up. You will not stumble over the stones of witchcraft, for God's heavenly host lifts you above every snare. Lord, Psalm 18, verse 19 says, he also brought me out into a broad place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. I prophesy that God brings you into a broad place. He delights in you, delivers you, and sets your feet in spacious freedom. By the power of Psalm 121, verses 3 to 4, he will not allow your foot to be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. I decree unshakable stability. The sleepless keeper holds you fast, and witchcraft cannot shake you. O God, Psalm 35, verse 27 declares, let them shout for joy and be glad who favor my righteous cause, and let them say continually, let the Lord be magnified. I prophesy joy and magnification. Those who favor you rejoice, and the Lord is exalted as witchcraft flees. Father, by Psalm 91, verse 8, only with your eyes shall you look and see the reward of the wicked. I decree that you witness the downfall of your enemies. With your own eyes, see the reward of the wicked, as God's justice prevails over every spell. Lord, Psalm 18, verse 40 says, you have also given me the necks of my enemies, so that I destroyed those who hated me. I prophesy that you tread upon the necks of your foes. The Lord delivers them into your hands, and hatred of witchcraft is destroyed. By the authority of Psalm 27, verse 2, when the wicked came against me to eat up my flesh, my enemies and foes, they stumbled and fell. I decree that every wicked attack stumbles. They fall before you, and your flesh is preserved by God's power. O God, Psalm 94, verse 23 declares, he has brought on them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. I prophesy that the iniquity of witchcraft boomerangs. The Lord cuts them off, and you stand free in his righteousness. Father, by Psalm 91, verse 7, 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. I decree invincibility. Thousands fall around you, but witchcraft cannot touch the one guarded by the Most High. Lord, Psalm 35, verse 1 declares, plead my cause, O Lord, with those who strive with me. Fight against those who fight against me. Plead their cause now, O Lord. Fight their battles, and let every striving enemy be defeated by your righteous hand. O Lord of hosts, Psalm 24 verse 10 declares, who is this King of glory? The Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory. I lift you up as the King over this listener's life. Let every witchcraft power bow before your glory, for no force of darkness can stand against the Lord of hosts who reigns supreme. Father, by the might of Psalm 55 verse 9, destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city. I command division among every counsel of wickedness. Let their tongues be confused, their violent spells shattered, and peace restored to this soul by your sovereign hand. O God, Psalm 144 verse 1 says, blessed be the Lord my rock, who trains my hands for war and my fingers for battle. I prophesy that you train this listener for victory. Their hands are armed to tear down witchcraft strongholds, their fingers skilled to uproot every curse. For you are their rock and instructor. By the power of Psalm 31 verse 15, my times are in your hand. Deliver me from the hand of my enemies and from those who persecute me. I decree that your times are secure. The Lord delivers you from every persecuting hand, every witchcraft timeline, and sets your seasons in his perfect will. Lord, Psalm 69 verse 23 declares, let their eyes be darkened so that they do not see, and make their loins shake continually. I command blindness upon every monitoring spirit. Let their eyes be darkened, their strength tremble, and their pursuit of you fail, for the Lord shields you from their sight. Father, by Psalm 138 verse 7, though I walk in the midst of trouble, you will revive me. You will stretch out your hand against the wrath of my enemies. I prophesy revival in the midst of your battles. The Lord's hand stretches out, crushing the wrath of witchcraft, and you rise renewed in his strength. O God, Psalm 17 verses 8 to 9 says, keep me as the apple of your eye. Hide me under the shadow of your wings, from the wicked who oppress me, from my deadly enemies who surround me. I decree that you are the apple of God's eye. Hidden under his wings, no oppression, no deadly spell can touch you, by the authority of Psalm 56 verse 9. When I cry out to you, then my enemies will turn back. This I know, because God is for me. I prophesy that your cry turns back the enemy. God is for you, and every witchcraft assault retreats at the sound of your voice lifted to him. Lord, Psalm 143 verse 12 declares, in your mercy cut off my enemies and destroy all those who afflict my soul, for I am your servant. In your mercy, O Lord, cut off every afflicting spirit. Destroy every witchcraft force. For this listener is your servant, marked by your protection. Father, by Psalm 34 verse 17, the righteous cry out, and the Lord hears and delivers them out of all their troubles. I decree deliverance from all troubles. Cry out now, for the Lord hears you, and every trouble sown by darkness is uprooted by his righteous hand. O God, Psalm 140 verse 1 says, deliver me, O Lord, from evil men. Preserve me from violent men. I prophesy preservation from every violent scheme. The Lord delivers you from evil men, from witchcraft violence, and sets you in a place of divine safety. By the power of Psalm 7 verse 9. Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just. I command an end to every wicked work. Let witchcraft's power cease, and let this listener be established in justice. For the righteous God reigns over their life. Lord, Psalm 54 verse 7 declares, for he has delivered me out of all trouble, and my eye has seen his desire upon my enemies. I prophesy that your eyes see victory. The Lord delivers you from all trouble, and witchcraft defeat becomes your testimony. Father, by Psalm 142 verse 7, bring my soul out of prison, that I may praise your name. The righteous shall surround me. I decree freedom from every prison of darkness. Your soul is released to praise, and the righteous rejoice with you as witchcraft chains shatter. O God, Psalm 25 verse 20 says, keep my soul and deliver me. Let me not be ashamed, for I put my trust in you. I prophesy that your trust in God triggers your deliverance. Your soul is kept, shame is banished, and witchcraft flees before your faith. By the might of Psalm 108 verse 13, through God we will do valiantly, For it is he who shall tread down our enemies. I declare that you do valiantly. Through God, you tread down every witchcraft foe. For he himself tramples them underfoot. Lord, Psalm 59 verse 10 declares, My God of mercy shall come to meet me. God shall let me see my desire on my enemies. I prophesy that God's mercy meets you now. You see your desire fulfilled as witchcraft enemies fall before his merciful gaze. Father, by Psalm 33 verse 10, the Lord brings the counsel of the nations to nothing. He makes the plans of the peoples of no effect. I command every counsel of darkness to collapse. Witchcraft plans are rendered powerless, for the Lord nullifies their effect over you. O God, Psalm 141 verse 9 says, Keep me from the snares they have laid for me, and from the traps of the workers of iniquity. I decree that you are kept from every snare. The traps of iniquity fail, and you walk unscathed, guarded by the Lord's hand.